Hi, good morning. This is Tracy. I'm just going to take you on a walk this morning. I'm just out in the beautiful countryside, out in Cornwall. I'd just like you to join me for this walk and just see if any of the things I'm going to talk about whilst I'm on this walk will resonate with you. So I'm just stood here at the entrance to a beautiful garden. And those of you that have worked with me for a while, or even thinking about working with me, will know how important the garden is to me, how important being outside is. So although I'm out in the countryside, there's still quite a lot of noise. I can hear a car, I can hear sheep, I can hear people. And this is how our life is. It's just really important to observe the noises that are going on in our life. Where are we? How are we? What are we doing in life? Where's the noise? Where have you got people around you? So I'm going to get us away from the noise now. We're going to have a walk. So this is the first interesting thing that I found in this garden. Here we are, a nice set of solar panels. Now when I came past here, this reminded me of where do we get our energy from? Where does our actual energy for our bodies come from? How do we feel? How do we feel today? What's our energy levels like? The sun's out here, it's early morning and it's quite hot. But how are we feeling generally in life? Are we full of energy and vibrant most days? Or do we really struggle? Do we struggle to just get by? Have we got our own internal energy resources right? Are we in balance? Have we got enough energy for what we need each day? Creating and having enough energy is key for a healthy life. But just stop and think about where your energy levels are. What do you need to do? What is it that's got to change if your energy levels aren't good at the moment? So let's just stop here for a moment. Let's just pause, because this is one of the key things to replenishing your energy, stopping and pausing. What can you actually see in your life at the moment? Can you see beauty? Or do you just feel like maybe you stood a bit too close to the wire? Maybe there are things that are hurting you at the moment. Maybe that there's things that are just feeling really uncomfortable. Maybe you're feeling caged in. What's got to change? What is it that maybe is throttling you? What is it that's hurting you? Just notice there are many things in our life that can come along that can feel sharp and spiky. And when we turn around and we look in another direction, we can still see beauty. We can notice nature. We just need to look for it. So just taking time today to look at nature. All of the answers that are in us are out here in nature. So come with me on this beautiful walk. Look at the colours in this garden. So this garden that I'm in is on a beautiful farm. On a little farm called Trengale. And I'm down in Cornwall, and I've been here with the family. And whilst it's great to have your family holidays, it can also be quite stressful. It can also be quite stressful because there's things that are going on that we're not used to. There's things that are different. What happens when we step away from that normal pattern, that normal routine? Can it be a bit more stressful? Does it feel relaxing? love the hydrangeas here. They're so beautiful. Look at these. These are my favourite flowers. They're just so beautiful. Look at the colours in here. So let's move on now. Let's come round now to this little path. So I love this analogy of the garden being very similar to our mind, and how when we walk around the garden and how we see different things, we can see similar things that are going on in our own lives. There's a bit of a bit of a downhill here. It's not too steep, but while I'm holding the camera and I haven't got my glasses on, I'm going to take it slowly. So look, here's a bit of a decline. Where's there been a decline for you? Where have things gone downhill for you? What's been at the bottom of the hill? What's been at the bottom of the decline for you? Is it your weight? Is it your relationships? What is it that's really declined? What is it you've got to break through? Look, this is a bit overgrown here. How do we get through this when there's things that we just can't seem to see the path? How can we find the path? How can we get ourselves back out of the thickness and the undergrowth, the overwhelm of life? How do we get back and see the path again? What's got to happen? Interestingly now you can see my shadow. How many of you are living in shadow? What is shadow? Living in our shadow form of ourselves. Are you just existing as a shadow? Or are you really there? Are you really present to life? Or are you just casting a shadow over your life? What is it that you're doing that's creating a good and health in a happy life? Just coming down now into the thick of the wood. I love this part, it's so cool. It's a shade, it's out of the intense sun. Just thinking now about how when we come out of the heat, the intensity of life, how when we step away from the problems, how we step away from the noise, how we can kind of still see that life's going on down there. Life is still going on around us. But look, we found our own little bit of sanctuary, found our own little bit of space. And this is what I would encourage you to do. This is one of the things that has helped me no end. To go back and find my own bit of space. Go and find time to just be with me. Have time with me. To make time for me. Whether you've recognised that maybe you're carrying more weight than you want. Maybe you're recognising a surge in stress hormones. Just walking in nature, being outside, can actually help remove those ruffled feathers. Isn't that just beautiful? Just seeing all those little feathers there, just shaking off those problems. Doesn't it just feel like that when we've been attacked? Doesn't it feel like we just kind of lose our dignity, or we can lose our pride when people attack us or have a go at us? Nature can teach us so much. What support's been there for you? What support isn't there for you? What's being cast aside? What have you needed? What do you need to let go of? There's a message for everybody in here. There's something for everybody in this garden, I believe that. Just as you're watching this, you'll see it too. So I can still hear the noise of life going on in the background, in the trucks, on the road. But they just don't bother me now. They can't bother me because I'm somewhere safe. And that's what life's like. We need to put ourselves into a safe place. We need to create safety for ourselves. Let's move up here a bit more into the wood. Look at these beautiful Christmas trees. Sorry, there's a wobble went on there. Absolutely lovely Christmas trees. I'll just show you around here. These whoppers. Absolutely beautiful. Now here we go, we've got a decision. This is a decision time. Okay, so we've got a path to the left. We've got a path up a hill. And we've got a path into the wood. Or we go back where we've just come from. This is just so like life, isn't it? This is life. Which way do we choose? What do we want to do? What are our options? If we go one way, will it be the right way? If we take that way, will it be the best way? Or is that way going to keep us more protected and more sheltered? So I'm going to take the left path. Take you around this way. Because this has got a bit of a hill on it. What I want you to understand is whatever decision you make, whenever you're faced with a decision, it's always the right decision. It's always the right decision for you. Don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever doubt yourself. And if you need to come back and go over old ground again, then that's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. Because whatever decision you make, whichever path you take, you can still come back and find yourself. You can always come back and find yourself. And if you ever want to make a decision in life, and you're not sure the best way to make a decision, is to give yourself a get out. Decide, try it, and if you don't like it, stop it. Do something, have a go. And if it's not for you, stop it. Whether it's a new business venture, it doesn't matter, just try it, just have a go. Many people just stop themselves. I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be running this business. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I hadn't taken some risky decisions. If I hadn't have cut through the problems. If I hadn't have found a new way round. If I hadn't started looking at life from a different perspective. Looking at life from a different angle. So I'm over the other side of the garden now. Now I know that area just there in the middle I'm looking at used to have a pond, I think, or a wetland in there. I think it's probably been drained now. Just as a garden needs to be maintained, we have to keep maintaining our lives. We have to keep growing. We have to keep pruning back the things that are getting out of control. We have to keep taking different directions. Many of us grow up to believe that routine's the best. The problem with routine is it doesn't create adventure. It doesn't create enjoyment. It doesn't spark our creative sides. We actually need that more than we need routine. So if you're a bit of a routine addict, if you're the sort of person that just likes to do the same thing day in, day out, you're the sort of person that just gets locked into having to be the same every day, then I would encourage you to start breaking free. I'm going to go back the other way down this path. This is a fabulous time. Now we've just coming out of this 18 months of restrictions because of COVID. This is a fabulous time to really reevaluate your life. We only have one life, and I've been reminded how precious life is. Just last year, my mum passed away. When you're faced with the reality of losing your own flesh and blood, you realise that your own life is there for living, creating things that you enjoy. And if that means you don't enjoy some of the things that you used to with some of the people that you used to be with, then that's fine. Change it. Make new friends. Have new opportunities. Look at these little animals here. Hello, where have you come from? Look, make new friends. I didn't even see them as I was walking. Look at them. Make new friends. There's a world full of people out there. Many of us just get stuck with old friends because they've always been old friends, and that doesn't mean they're wrong for us. That can also stop us from making new friends, having new connections. Let's get back down here now. There's a little cottage we're staying in. It's over there. Isn't it cute? I'm going to walk around this way this time. There's a bit of lawn here and a fire pit. Yeah, no, let's go around the fire pit. So I don't know what's here for you today. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? Feeling any resistance to anything? Maybe you're just realising that you need to get yourself off on a holiday, get yourself out on a break. And find somewhere to sit down, get yourself out in the garden, get a book, maybe go and do some exercise. Your body knows exactly what it needs. And if you're just sat at home and you're feeling twitchy and irritated, come on, get yourself out and explore. Get yourself out today. I'm going to take you through here. This is just amazing. Be really careful. That life can seem pretty dark at times. We can even not have a clue where the hell we're going. It's even worse when you haven't got your glasses on. I have, kind of. This is very clever around here. Look at this. I've got to just follow where the branches are being cut down. We got stuck in the trees the other day when my son was looking for the ball. Look at this. Seems a clearing, but this doesn't seem like the right way out, so I'm going to go this way. I hope you can hear me. I've been whispering a bit really. I don't want to talk too loud, but let's hope that you can hear me. Test driving my new phone as well. Oh, look at this. We're back to this little part where I said, which path should we take? We still come round. We still come back to where we were. Don't ever fear that if you go somewhere you can't come back. You can't come back and remake that choice, or you won't find yourself back in that place again. So let's go back down this path. Let's revisit. Let's learn from what we've done. Let's use the past. Don't live in the past, but let's use the past to help formulate our future. This is one of the things I teach my clients over and over again. Look at the past. Look at the results you've been getting in the past. And if you're not happy with those results, then change it. Simply change it. Simply stop repeating things. Whether it's eating too much, whether it's not getting enough sleep, what is it that you've been doing? Which rabbit holes have you been falling down? Where have you been losing yourself? What have you been doing too much of? What haven't you been doing enough of? Look at that whopper of a rabbit hole there. These are massive. Wild rabbits. There's some real wild rabbit holes down here. Yeah? Where have you got yourself stuck? This is the walk of life. Think about your mind as a garden. Think about where you get enjoyment? What parts of the garden? Is it looking out, having the views? Or is it somewhere where you can see the animals and the wildlife? There's a little chicken house there. I don't know where the chickens are today. They're just over there, look. Just see them. Here we are, we've come back at the fire pit. And I'm going to put a bit more energy into this one now. So where do you need to give a bit more energy? What is it that if you pushed yourself and you actually gave yourself that bit of a shove, you put a bit of energy behind, you'd actually start to feel better. You start to feel like you're achieving something. Where do you need to speed up? Where do you need to speed up? Look, what is it that's got to be resolved? What needs to be sorted? What needs some attention in your life? Maybe it's a messy garage. Maybe it's a messy bedroom. What is it you need to go over, hold ground? What needs clearing out? What needs to be pulled back? Where do you need to just get rid of some of the rubbish? Yeah. Maybe you need to go through your wardrobe. Maybe you just need to get rid of some of those clothes. How many clothes have you been holding on to that you're never wearing? Maybe you just need to go and have a good sort out. Clear your mind, clear your thoughts, and then get yourself back on the path. Back on the path. So I'm getting great comfort from seeing these beautiful flowers. Look at these lovely lilies. Aren't they gorgeous? Seeing colour. I've got one of these at home on my front drive. These red aces, they're gorgeous. I'm no plant expert. I just love the colours. You don't need to be an expert at everything in life. You don't need to know all of the answers. You don't need to fear not knowing, not understanding. You don't need to feel what people think about you. You just need to be you. You need to be happy. You need to be happy with your choices. And if you don't know something, ask. Get some help. I got stuck for so long I didn't know how to get out of the situation that I was in, and I had to get some help. But the best help I ever got myself was helping myself. When I had questions, I went and found the answers. I got some help. I learnt a way, a process, how to get out, how to remove the stress hormones, how to become more conscious around the type of life that I was leading and living. I haven't had a brain transplant, but I've learnt so much stuff these last 3 to 4 years. And I now know what makes me tick. I now know how to get the results that I need. And I now know, more importantly, how when I do get distressed, how to get myself out of it. And that's what I'll teach anybody that comes to work with me. Whatever the problem, whether it's drugs related, alcohol related, addiction, whether it's depression, anxiety, all boils down to the same thing. And that's your mindset. It's your mind. Your mind is controlling your actions. Your mind is controlling your thinking. And your body is there to support you. When you wake up, properly wake up, become conscious of who you are. You lose the fear. You lose the doubt. You get right back to where you want to be. And I'm going to go right back home now to be with my family. I hope you enjoyed my little garden walk. I hope some of the things I've talked to you about, and I know it's probably a bit wobbly, but I am here. Hang on, I'll turn around. Can you see me? I'm here. I did it that way around because you don't want to look at my face on a morning. Time for a shower. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you'll join me again sometime in Transforming Me. Whether it's to work with me formally or whether it's just to follow some of the videos I'm doing. But I would just encourage you to really think about your own life. Hello, here's my little friends. Tell you what I'll do. I'll show you a couple of other little friends just to finish off. There's some more animals down here for those that like the animals. Just take you down the rest of the farm if you're interested. Not going to do too much talking because there could be people around and I'll think, what is this woman doing? Okay, so it's a little path. There's the cottages where we're staying. There we go. We'll go and see if we can see Bob and Marley and Salsa. Yeah, Salsa's a little miniature pony. Here's a little courtyard at the back of the farm. There's the kids' games room down there. There's only about 4 or 5 cottages here, but it's so beautiful. Come on, let's go and see these little friends down here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Oh, apparently this one's... Oh, Bob. This is Bob with the dark face. Hello, Bob. And there's little Salsa the pony. And Marley's hiding again. Marley's just there. Here we go. We're not far from Bodmin. Bodmin Moor. A lovely view. Do you know what? So glad I'm on this holiday. It's just fabulous. It's July 2021. If you're watching this sometime in the future. And thank you for taking the time to have a walk with me. I'm going to check out now and go and get myself